Stand on the beach in northern Brazil. Look east. That's the same Atlantic Ocean that feeds monster storms into the Gulf of Mexico and up the U.S. coast. Same heat, same time of year. But while folks in Florida are boarding windows, the coast down in South America and Brazil, it stays calm. That's the way the planet works. Hurricanes need three things to get going. Warm ocean water, at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or 26.7 degrees Celsius. Rising air to build the storm, and something to make it spin. That spin comes from Earth's rotation, something called the Coriolis force. Here's the catch. Right near the equator, where northern South America sits, that spin, it weakens to almost nothing. And that's where Brazil, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana, they all sit right near that center line. You can get storms, sure, but without the twist, it just won't build into hurricanes. Now, let's say a storm does try to form. The winds push it northwest, not southwest. The Atlantic's trade winds along a huge patch of high pressure out in the ocean shove the storms towards the Caribbean and the southeastern United States, not down towards South America. Now, the odds are stacked against it. Even if one fought the odds, there's still the ocean to deal with. The warm water off Brazil's coast is not deep enough or wide enough. A storm needs fuel, and in this case, the fuel tanks way too small. South America ends up in a very strange spot. Hot enough for hurricanes, close to where they start, but they almost never hit. Almost. On March 27, 2004, a storm called Catarina hit the southern coast of Brazil. Winds topped 100 miles per hour, 161 kilometers per hour. The eye was visible from satellites. It ripped into the state of Santa Catarina, and the county had no plan for it. Why would they? Nothing like it has ever happened. It formed way far to the south, about 27 degrees below the equator, far enough for the Coriolis force to kick in again. It was so unusual. Some scientists weren't even sure what to call it. But it hit. People were hurt. Homes were lost. And the quiet broke. For generations, folks in South America figured their spot on the map made them safe. Too close to the equator for hurricanes. Out of the storm path. No history, no worry. Catarina changed that. Because storms don't care what we expect. And sometimes the biggest risk is believing that if something hasn't happened yet, it never will. These are Interesting Things with JC.